So it's about midway through the season. Summer's here and it's starting to get pretty hot here in Texas. So I'm going to take a break and I'm going to go through all the basic steps for a tune-up on a lawnmower. Pretty simple and basic, but I'm glad to see people doing it and make your lawnmower last a lot longer and get a good clean cut. So here we go. So before you do anything, before you're working on it, always take the spark plug off. Not off, but just disconnect it so that you won't get any spark. So the next thing I do is check the oil. And let me check that, but it looks like it's a little dark, but the big thing is it looks like it was too much oil. But let me double check. Yeah, see, so it's supposed to be up to there. You can see it's overfilled. So we'll go ahead and drain it out and put new oil in. Now I'm going to double check the gas, and it is bone dry in there. Okay. Now let's check the air cleaner. Oh, that's pretty dirty. And you can see oil build up on the bottom of this, and that's because there's too much oil in the crankcase. So usually when it does that, you'll see the oil coming out. Yep, that's oil, not gas. You'll see oil coming out of here, and while you're operating the mower, it's probably blowing white smoke out of the muffler. So that's usually a good sign that the oil is overfilled. Now I'm going to go ahead and drain the oil out of it, and to do that I'm just going to tilt this over and drain it through the fill spout here. On some mowers they have the drain plug on the bottom, but in this case I like to turn it over and let it drain through the side, because I'm going to take off the blade anyway. So while it's draining, I'll take the blade off. And there we go. You can see all the oil coming out of there. A lot of oil in there. So while the oil is draining, I'm going to take the blade off. And you can see it's not too bad. There are a few nicks here and there, but we'll might as well sharpen it and balance it for her. And there we go. Let's go sharpen and balance it. So there's my blade balancer. And we're going to check the blade before I sharpen it. Alright, looks like this side over here is heavy. And I'm going to double check it. Yeah, that verifies it. Alright. Oh. So let's sharpen it. Now there are a few different ways that you can sharpen these blades. You can use, in this case I have a grinder here and the bench grinder, and I use that. You can use an angle grinder. There's some, like Dremel has a little tool that you can connect to it and sharpen it that way, or you can just use a file. In this case you probably could use a file because it's really not that bad a shape. But now that I'm looking at it, looking at that straight edge, it looks like it's curving this way. But let's sharpen it, then we'll go back and balance it. And be sure to wear proper eyewear. Okay, so this is after I have sharpened it, and I'm going to read the balance again. Okay, so this is the heavy side. I'm going to go back and take some more off of this side. Alright, I've been taking some off of that side. Let's see how balanced it is. There we go. That's got it. So now the blade is sharpened and balanced. Let's go put it back on. Alright, let's put the blade back on. And remember, when you're looking from underneath, the blade is rotating counterclockwise. So make sure the sharp edge of your blade there is on the leading edge. Go. Alright, so the oil is drained. Let's go back and refill it. Now usually on a dry mower, and you need to take a look at the specs, but for example, say if it's a completely dry mower and you're putting oil in it for the first time, say it takes 16 ounces of oil. But after you've drained it like this, there's still oil, you know, up on the sides and internally, and you'll only need about, say, 12 ounces to fill it up. So I just take an eye, you know, and watch out for this. This is 32 ounces, and so I'm going to fill it until it reads around 20 here. So that'll be 12 ounces that I'm putting into it. And you don't have to put it all in one whack. Just make sure you don't overfill it. And it's almost there, but I'm going to go ahead and check it first. Yeah, so far that's about right. So a little more. And we'll go down till it reach the 20 mark. think that's got it. Now let's check the spark plug. And that's pretty dark. So it was running really rich, and it's probably a symptom of also having too much oil. The oil's getting clogged up down in the carburetor and the air filter, and it's making it suck a lot of gas in. And that's what happens. When you see it black like that, it's running really, really rich. So let's go ahead and switch that out. And make sure this is gapped at 30 thousandths. There we go. So there's 30. Go. And before I connect that, I'm gonna check the air cleaner again. Alright, when I took that off, you can see how dirty that is on the inside in the ring where all the oil has gotten in and all the grass and dirt and dust has been sticking to all this. I like to take this cover off and give it a good cleaning before I just slap a filter into it. And there we go. Yeah, that's pretty dirty in there. So let's go hose all this off. Alright, you can see everything's nice and clean now. Put it all back on and we'll put a new air filter on. There. Now let's connect the spark plug. And it's ready to go. Alright, let's not forget to put some gas in there. While the gas is empty, it sure seems like there's a lot of crud in there. I hope it hasn't gone down through the fuel line and into the carburetor. And that's about half full. That should be enough to... And we'll see, give it a little time to let the carburetor and the float bowl fill up. And we'll give it a shot. So we've got spark plugs on, new oil, we got gas, new air filter. Alright, well, that does it. I'm going to run it a little while more and make sure all of that oil overflow is all burned out and everything's running clean. But it looks like it's operating as it should. We got a new tune-up and we're ready for the rest of the season. So, well, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and watch for my next video.